Hello, English teachers! Are you ready to power up your English classroom? Here are some tips for you to consider when adapting textbook activities. There are many good teaching materials that are published, but even good materials are not perfect for every situation. Even the best materials need some adjustments. Our students' learning contexts are diverse and dynamic, and we have the responsibility to respond to their learning needs. Let's warm up our minds about adapting textbook activities. I have two questions for you. Number one, what does adapting textbook activities mean? And number two, why do you need to adapt textbook activities in your context? I'll give you 15 seconds to write down your ideas. And if you need more time, just pause the video. Ready? Go! Welcome back! How did it go? Let me share my ideas with you. First, what does adapting textbook activities mean? It means modifying, adding or deleting, and reorganizing activities in a textbook. Second, why do you need to adapt textbook activities in your context? Here are some reasons teachers around the world adapt their textbook materials. It's either lack of time, lack of necessary equipment, curriculum requirements and/or restrictions, cultural issues, student language levels, lack of variety of activity types, boring materials, and lack of clear goals. What about you? Did you have similar ideas? Remember, we want to create an interactive classroom environment. Our students need motivation, support, and integration of skills to develop as active and confident communicators. In order to meet these needs, how can we adapt an activity we find in our textbook that doesn't have these qualities? What do you think? What do you do when activities in your textbooks are not interactive enough, too difficult, too boring, or not motivating for your students? Let's think together a little deeper here about a sample activity I found in a textbook. Take a look. First, is this activity interactive enough? Not really. It's just a fill-in-the-blank exercise and does not require any interaction to complete. An advanced student might finish it in 2 minutes, and the struggling student may just end up guessing or may not care about this exercise at all. As it is, it does not encourage communication and only enforces the knowledge of vocabulary. However, it does present relevant and useful vocabulary for our daily lives, so it definitely has good potential to be enhanced. Next, is the text and content in this activity a bit difficult or not challenging enough? You will have to assess the difficulty because you know your students' learner proficiency levels. However, providing some sample responses can scaffold their learning. You can also go over a few of these together as a whole class by asking your students. Before you start, let's do a couple of these together. Which activity goes with the verb do? Last, Will this textbook activity motivate your students to engage in communication in English? The answer is no, and that is where we step in. We can adapt this activity to be engaging and interactive by adding an interview in pairs. For example, after students initially complete the exercise, you can ask them to choose 3 activities that they actually did yesterday, do regularly, and want to do. And with their partner, students can interview each other and even be ready with follow-up questions for extending authentic conversations. Let's take a look at some of the examples. You can also ask follow-up questions about their activities. Here is a sample conversation you can use to practice. What did you do yesterday? I had a party. Why did you have a party? It was my birthday. What do you regularly do every day? I make breakfast every day. What did you make today? I made coffee and an egg sandwich for breakfast. What do you want to do this weekend? I want to go hiking. Where will you go hiking? I will go hiking at a park. You might even want to turn this into a mingling activity. The possibilities to promote interactions are endless. Now, try this with one activity in your textbook and think about how to adapt or enhance it. Remember, if textbook activity is not interactive enough, provide a communicative activity. If the learners need more support because the text is difficult, offer an appropriate text or adapt the text for your learner's proficiency level. If the activity is boring and students need more motivation, adapt the activity to your students' interest. And if the activity is not integrating all 4 language skills, design a task that does. Thanks for watching and learning. Now, let's go do it!